Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Michael Akahane from Duallist Project, and today I'm going to be talking about what I'm going to be doing with the channel and my other activities in 2019. So, without further ado, I would like to wish everyone a happy new year and hope that 2019 will be productive for you and that your dreams and wishes come true in 2019 and generally have a even better year than 2018 was, and there is a lot of things to look forward to in 2019. So, without further ado, just the main idea, what I want to do for the year is I want to put out more content. Have been thinking of a layouts for the videos, and I've been doing a bit of experimentation with the XSplit and around the ways how I get virtually stuff for my videos, and that's been keeping me or at least my evenings busy throughout last couple weeks, because I was really pondering. I want to increase the quality of my content, because looking at still image and listening to my voice is good, but I mean, it could be better. So, I mean, I've been looking into incorporating things as preview videos, having more transitions in the videos when I do transitions from scene to scene, because I've virtually used none or use them in very limited manner. So I've been looking into that, learning a bit of more video editing to I wouldn't say do I mean, I usually do everything in one take, so if I just do not, and or I'm sometimes 15 minutes in the video and I just do a very stupid thing, I do not cut it and I just start from all over again. So virtually every video is pretty much unique and unedited, so might do actually do some cutting in the future that I'll try to waste less of my time virtually re-recording everything if I mess up. So, which I do quite often, and it sometimes makes quite hilarious things. I've just noticed I was rewatching my commentary on the Miko Expo in London, and I was kind of laughing at the quality, because hell, I mean, that was something. I mean, I was recording it straight after the concert, so I was really hyped about it. But well, this thing was, I mean, something else. I mean, I thought it was good when I was putting it out, because I did like 4 takes or 5 takes on it. And when I was listening to them earlier today, I was like, seriously, I put that up. I virtually haven't pronounced a lot of things correctly, and it's just like babbling. And how could have this gotten so much traction? So there was something. So, and I've been kind of working on that as well to, I mean, get used to talking longer. And I mean, my daytime jobs keeps me talking for a long time. I mean, on busy days, I mean, sometimes I do not chat up for almost good 4 or 5 hours. So I just keep talking, like just like, "Hi, how can I help you?" And just like, "Yes, okay, this is your problem, and yeah, this is how you do that, and yes, you will be able to do this, to do that, and to do that. Okay, oh, thank you. Oh, that's been really kind. Have a good day. Oh, a next person coming," and just like, okay, and here we go. And I mean, it's mainly thanks to my channel, which allowed me to keep up with this. Because when I started my daytime job, I was really, I mean, couldn't talk for long. I would have to take a break, and now since I've pretty much gotten used to, I mean, streaming. I mean, I don't talk too much on streams, but usually throughout the videos, when I do record them, especially throughout the weekends when I start early in the morning, and I'm just not really, I mean, happy with the take. I can go like 4 hours doing videos and just like, no, this is not good enough. Just let's re-record this, and here I am, and just talking and talking and talking and talking, and sometimes I find myself talking for a long time, and my speechcraft or in gaming terms has really increased past 2 years since I've been kind of more active on the platform and been recording. So, and I'm coming it or taking it back to the videos because the ideas of the contents have improved, and so I'm trying to put them on. So if you look at the videos I put up a couple of years back, and I mean, the quality is quite low. I mean, it's low at the moment as well, but I'm always looking for improvement. And so I've been putting quite a bit of effort into that. And probably the biggest backstop for me, because I do critiques and commentary most of the time, is to procure official stuff for the anime which I'm commenting. It's not a problem, so much problem with the games, because the games industry is usually quite clear when it comes to reviews, commentaries, and lots of things, because they have the public policies on the website. Probably one of my best examples was working in the beginning with working as was asking the Sekai project for licenses, for commercial exploitation licenses. It's like, yes, you can do first, yes, you can do that. And when they grew larger into a bigger publisher, uh, slightly the responses from the PR team started to be more lazy. Sometimes would be, yeah, that's okay, or that would be like the laziest was reply I've ever got was, yeah, have a look here. Here is a link, and everything's listed there. So just have a look. You don't have to ask us anymore. You can find everything under this link, and that's it. And when you go through the link, you can see the policies. I think it's a part of the forums regarding streaming reviews, what you can do for each individual title. Since I haven't done any coverage of a Sekai project or recording because I didn't have a time to go through some of the stuff, or I did Necopara Extra, that's true, but I mean, more of their, I mean, longer titles, which do not take 2 hours to go through, but more like 10, 12. But you would be able to see on the website that, okay, you're free to use this, you're able to record up to 30 minutes of the gameplay, you're able to get to this scene, or you're able to do this. Please do not use the music, or do not use this. Please, you're free to use everything. Or they were quite helpful with that, so with the lines, and never had any actual problem with their videos in terms of copyright strikes, content ID claims, and virtually stuff in I mean, usual business in general. With my anime commentary, on the other hand, that's slightly hellish. I've been trying to get, I mean, in touch with some companies, usually the publishers, and it's been just not good. I mean, virtually out of 60, 70 emails I've sent out, I've never received a reply to each of them. So, and yeah, so try sending it in English, Japanese, or yeah, English and Japanese mainly, and nobody even bothered to reply. So, which is kind of sad. So, at least with the medium-sized publishers, small, medium enterprise publishers in the games industry, you can get a reply. The AAA, not so much, but I mean, then again, they have it stated on the website, or they have the rules on their publicly available regarding streaming, regarding reviews, what you can do or what you cannot do, or especially with most of the titles. But with the anime and movies, it's a really gray area, especially, I mean, if you are making them videos and you think it would be a good idea to make a bit of money on the side. I mean, for me, the Duallist Project or the YouTube bit end of it and the deviant or the virtually social media part of it was never about making a profit. So virtually it's a bit of hobby, bit of skill upgrading for me, and virtually it's a passion project. So which has, I mean, which I've sunk quite a bit of money into as well in terms of equipment, time, and yeah, but it's giving me also things in return, so I'm really happy about it. But I mean, returning back to the topic, when you want to monetize the videos, you kind of want to say, yes, I want to have a full, I mean, approval, full license, or have a license from the creator or the publisher or generally the rights holder. And whenever I make an anime video or anime critique, when I start putting the content together, getting the poster or the trailer, I feel bad because what I originally have to do is to go just get it out to Google, have Google rip it out for me from the website, or my favorite, which I've used a couple recently, is to get it from the Amazon Prime or the Amazon Prime Video, which has a high resolution images for I think it's 4K TVs or for yeah, it's I think 4K TVs. So the posters are in a really really good quality, so I've been able to use them. And of course, I quote where I've got them, or at least I've upped the practice recently, but I've been quite transparent about it anyway. I mean, still, it's an official poster, so you know I haven't created it because it's got a copyright mark on it by the company and everything. So I mean, I believe it's credited, but I've started to add more. I've started to put it in the video as well as a source and link with to exactly to the image. So because I generally feel bad about it because I've been taking the image without the permission. Or, I mean, I've been taking it under the fair use, but still, as a content creator, I do not feel too good about it. So, that's kind of, I mean, it kind of sucks. So, yeah. And so I'll be probably looking around because I've been going around a couple of conventions and been talking to the people from the industry, and I've started to I mean, to know how the industry works and learn more stuff. I mean, I've talking to the Crunchyroll PR team or in New York last year, and it was kind of light opening or light opening, eye opening. Because I mean, everything pretty in the industry is either Japan centric or North America centric, and there is little. I mean, I wouldn't say little, but I mean there is less. I mean, in focus on Europe, so which kind of sucks because I mean, as I said, I'm UK based, or as I've probably mentioned in the video, I mean, I say it's from time to time I'm UK based. Then it kind of sucks because how you when you do not have the PR people, you do not have the press people, you do not have that, and everything is pretty much US or Japan centric, how you're supposed to reach out to them, how you're supposed to do the call apps. It's hard. I mean, it's not impossible. There are people doing it, but it's a hurdle. So I'll be trying to reach out to uh, smaller publishers here in the UK, and because I've taken a liking to keen of them, and I've been buying quite a bit of stuff from them, especially, I mean, since they're producing the collector's editions. So I'll be trying to reach out to them if they have any. I mean, since they will have the rights to release the stuff, they will surely have the posters and the trailers and the cool stuff. So, I mean, it would be cool to get a sponsorship, but I mean, I'm not aiming for that. So because that would I would say if I were to do a sponsorship, I would feel obliged. I mean, there would be a bias, and I do not. I would prefer to keep on my own personal bias than to be biased by a contract or by my moral obligation that I'm getting actually paid for this to do the commentary good. So I would ask for the permission to use it. I mean. But then again, I mean, if they suggested, okay, why don't you do a sponsored video for us? I would probably do two of them. Just like, here's my own commentary and here's a sponsored one. And with a little bit of shill, but I mean, I mean, this sounds ridiculous. I'm saying, no, I don't want money. I mean, I could use it. I mean, UK is expensive as it gets. But I mean, still, it's enough for me to get the commercial license and do the best myself and try my own luck. So I'll be trying to do that. And that's in terms of the games and anime. The games are quite straightforward. And since I've upgraded recently to a better rig and I've upgraded my recording tools, hopefully I'll be able to put out more commentaries in one sitting interviews and other stuff in more frequent manner. I'm really looking forward to when my time in Porsche releases from the early access, because I've put many hours into that. So I'm going to put a video up as soon as it's out of early access. I could do pretty much a video on it right now, but I mean, given my way of thinking, I want to do it when they're out of the early access because it's properly released. So they're saying to the world, here we are ready to go. Give us your opinion. This is the release. I know in the games industry, the release, I mean, it's no longer a one-off thing as it used to be when I was a kid, when they would put it on the shelf, physical release, market it heavily, and just like, yes, we've put out a game. Now it's more of a process where you release the game and you are able actually to release it. I mean, one thing I've spent quite a bit of my time in my teens was Final Fantasy. Was it 14? Yeah, 14 online, because I've bought the physical version when it released back in the day, and put out so many hours. I've never actually bothered to go back to Realm Reborn, but hell, that was a lot. I mean, that's one of the, I would say, successes of re-releasing, because that's something. I mean, the game has changed a lot graphically. The play, from what I've seen on the YouTube and Twitter and other things, the gameplay has been upgraded and it's seen quite a good evolution as well. So the Realm Reborn was actually a good rebirth of the game. So you do not get the strong period, but I like to keep it as a good reference point where the company says, or the publisher says, or the developer says, or whoever does the game or publishes the game says, we are ready. World, this is our product. We've released. So for me, it's a point. Yes, we are confident to see this is the product. We are confident to say we've released it. We are done with the testing. Now it's a more. Now we are expecting to do more improvements, more bug fixing, and to expand on this. This is our finished product, and we want to keep building on this. So there will be more stuff coming out, and hopefully we'll be able to do more things regarding visual novels. I want to spend more time reading them, and I'm thinking of doing maybe I do not know how to cover it at the moment. There's just an idea floating up in my head, doing an doing coverage of books, of a proper normal books, or the light novels which I buy in, I would say, quite frequently. So books, light novels, manga, and possibly more physical and digital format as well. So that would be interesting. So, or think, or it's an interesting idea in my head, but I mean, still haven't figured out how to actually put that into fruition, to how to do the content, how do I want to handle it. Because I mean, reviewing a book or commenting a book is slightly different from a game, anime, or visual novel. I mean, the visual novel is the closest thing, but then again, you are commenting on much more things in the visual novel. You're covering the BGM, you're covering the character design, the background design, and the story. So you've got more things to cover, and you are presented with a way. I mean, the ideological expression of the artists or of the author and the artist, how they see the characters, what they want to, how the characters want to be voiced if there is a voice acting. So you're dealing with more concrete idea how the characters work, the story, how the BGM, how dramatic it is. So you are working with, sorry about that, with more solid idea, and you are projecting your opinion on it. So with a book, it's just story and the character description, and you're building lots of things in your head. And I'm not the person who to push my agenda at least too much. So it's usually I push this sucks and this shit could be improved, and this could be improved. Why they're doing this anti-consumer practice? This is a really shitty thing. Or generally praise them as a good idea, or this is a good thing. And but I usually generally not try not to press my ideology onto people. I want to present my opinion, listen to them or not. But I'm not militant about them. That's saying you should do this. Uh, I mean, the only thing which I would say, militant or really against is predatory monetization, where you want to monetize the crap out of your product when it even makes no sense. So I mean, there was this thing which seemed like a good idea. It was a mobile. I've got it on Google Play Store. was a mobile visual novel, and there was this ridiculous thing, which was you could. There were two. Usually, the visual novels have three options. This one had usually, I think, two options, and the second option was locked behind a premium currency, which you could unlock by watching ads or buying in. That thing was one of the worst monetization things which I've seen. I mean, I would put it on the same level as a gambling mechanics, loot boxes. I mean, but I can think of one worse thing how to do. Put the in a visual novel. Put the answers into a loot box, and to put the true root options on a very rare chance, like 0.1% of dropping, and you could choose them. You could, if you have them, you can progress, or something shitty as this. No, this is completely the worst. No, just a predatory monetization is just like, no, is a no go for me, you know. And I'll be probably vocal about it, but since I'll tend to avoid a lot of the titles which do that and do not do commentary, you won't hear me ranting about it, uh, unless you manage to know me in person, and I'll be just like seeing, just like, I really like this game, but just like the shitty monetization, just like the shitty way how they want to take the money, and just like lying to my friends about this. It's just like, why do they do that? Just like, why do they want to squeeze why do they want not the money from my pocket? Why they do want all the money? Yeah, so enough of this. This is bad enough. So, but yeah, so back to the books. It's pretty much me not being decided because I think the books are more personal to me, and there is a bit of more narrative or my own imagination being projected onto the book. So it's kind of hard for me to draw a line at the moment, and I still haven't figured out to them. But I thought it was a good idea, so I'll be probably pondering around the idea and see what happens around it with the idea. I mean, the increasing difficulty is when the less images the book has. So. So what's more? I mean, I'm thinking of. I haven't. Again, it's a work in progress, an idea in progress, and it's still early to call whatever I'll be doing it for sure, or how do I implement it. Because one of my another passion project is space and space law. So I was thinking of doing a bit of commentaries about. I would probably create a sub channel for this. Probably Duallist Project Space Law, or Space Duallist Space Project, or something ridiculous. I would have to think of a cool name, and my name makes sense. Hasn't been recently up to the game, so yeah. So those commentaries would be, all those videos would be about traveling to Mars, looking at the legal perspective, and doing how to do that. How could we go to space, and how could we make it legal? How could we protect people going to space? How could we protect the cargo going to space? How could we do the trade routes? How to set up interplanetary trade routes? How to do the interplanetary trades? What should be the tariffs? What's the reasonable barriers? What's how to do the telecommunications? What should be guaranteed by the international law and domestic law as well? How to do that? Just like, because there is a lot of lots of things to talk about because setting up a colony on a different celestial body, be it moon, be it Mars, be it a different solar system. Uh, I mean, that's a lot of, as my friends call it, a lot of sci-fi talk. But I mean, since we are progressing quite rapidly in terms of space exploration, and it's my passion project since my university days, and I've been doing quite a bit of research since my master's degree and did my dissertation on space law in my master's. I kind of want to improve my skill on that and possibly, I mean, use it as a, I mean, I'll be really open about that, use it as an entryway to move away from my current industry to the aerospace industry or to get closer to it. So, or to move back to academia and work closer with this aerospace industry to see the progress being made, which I think is a long-standing dream of mine. So that's another thing which I'm thinking of doing, and I'll be testing the waters possibly soon because I've been playing around with the concept of safe zones regarding landings and protection of the colonies, and been doing it a bit of writing. So I'll be probably using the video to, or I do not know if will ever go live, to clear up my thoughts on the issue, suggest things, and possibly if it creates an creative discussion, to get some inspiration from it as well. I mean, if there is people interested in that, that would be so cool. So and possibly, I mean, because it will be more probably formal channel, I would have to practice my more of my formal speech, so not to be really hyped about things all the time. So yeah. Another thing which is on the table, which I'll be actually trying this weekend, is doing my commentaries in different languages as well. So currently, everything on the channel is in English, and English will be the main language of the channel. And what I'm thinking of doing as well, to again to get a bit of more reach, to get a bit of more understanding from the publishers, get some more viewership, and I mean, again, it's most of the videos are a passion project and a way for me to improve on the skills I have, and through the things I love, and just to do virtually to use my hobbies and to develop myself and grow myself as a person as a more. So what I'm thinking is to do it in more languages. So I'll be trying to do a Japanese commentary this weekend. We'll see how that turns out. So I mean, I have started to do N1 level stuff, so hopefully I'll be up to game to talk about the issues. I think I'll be able to pull that off, at least hopefully. I mean, I mainly suck at reading, so but since I'll be speaking, I'll don't have to rely on reading too much, so good for me. But then again, it will be a way to improve on my Japanese, and I'll be trying to explore that, and possibly in the future when I dust off my German to do the commentaries in German as well, and possibly when I'll pick up another language to do everything in other language as well, in other languages as well. So. Uh, English will be staying because it's the main language, my main language, which I'm using on my daily basis, and is the language which I dream in and everything. Next one will be Japanese, which I'm currently using the second most because of all the anime I watch, all the Japanese music I watch, and things I like generally, which are connected to Japanese culture. So that's going to be my number two language for the channel, and my number three language for the channel, which I need to dust off, will be German. So that's going to be quite interesting. So we'll see. I'm not confident enough to roll out my Japanese at the moment in this video, or my German, so you will have to wait if I ever put it up. So it's an interesting thing to explore. So yeah, that's going to be quite interesting. At least I hope so. If you do not like it, if you think my Japanese accent sucks, sure, please let me know. If there are Japanese people who think it's funny, please let me know. I would be able to take that on board and even do more stuff. And if it actually makes someone smile, that would be good. If it's unbearable, please let me know as well. So, and I'll keep it private. Virtually, what I'm saying. The same with German. If my German sounds too horrible, please let me know. I'll be trying to rectify it. I'll be trying to brush it off. And since I haven't spoken in any German for past 8-10 years, so it's going to be quite difficult to get back onto that. So, but I should be able to brush it off to a decent level within half a year, hopefully. If not, it's not going to happen, at least in the near future. The Japanese, as I said, I want to try it this weekend, along with the recordings I have lined up for the weekend. So that's going to be interesting. So, anything else? No, I don't think at the moment. Of course, as usual, I'll be going to a lot of cons. So far, I'm not planning any non-UK ones this year because I kind of want to save up money for a holiday to Japan in 2021. I know it's far, but I want to save up, so it takes a bit of money, and since I'm a regular working person, I need to save up and do not do holidays too much. So virtually do one job, do this second job, and yeah, so and enjoy both of them in as much as I can do, and try to save up to go to fun places, as was New York last year. So hopefully in 2 years' time I'll be able to do Japan, which would be quite good because it would be quite amazing holiday and quite amazing source of content because hell yeah, I would go wild. So, because that would be amazing. So, as I said, more interesting stuff to keep on the channel. As I said, I want to do more and more recording. Want to start experimenting with the things, and want to move on. Want to move to a better content. Well, I'm looking forward to possibly trying collabs with other people, trying to get people on board to do counter commentary, do a podcast or something along those lines, because there's a lot of ideas floating around. But as I said, most of them will never come to fruition because I do sometimes when I do record or when I think about things, when I write, I do not think they're good enough or this is not sufficient enough. or this is not fun, or this is not as fun as I wanted, or I've deviated from, I've had a good start, had a good fun, and then now go back to it and just like, this is horrible. I'm not having fun. And I drop it and I virtually scrap the project. So sometimes it happens, but we'll see what the 2019 will bring. And yeah, it's going to be a fun year, and I'm really looking forward to it. Hopefully, no bad things will happen in the future. I mean, there is the big scarecrow Brexit coming in, but I hope all for the best. I mean, I hope. Do you not want to get too political? But I hope the government and my MP and virtually everyone who's been elected are sensible enough to not make our lives worse. So hopefully everything will come out in a good result. So it's going to be a mess, but I mean, hopefully the mess will not prevail too long, and it will have not a long impact in whatever will happen on the 29th of March of this year. And hopefully I will not be too busy with my daytime job to be able to make the content, and will have enough energy so I do not come back from my job after several hours of overtime and drop that straight to bed because of the amount of work we're going to be doing. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting time. And for virtually anyone who's made it this far, really thank you for listening to this update, this rant, and I really applaud you because when I'm recording this, I can see the 500 megabytes of worth of recording, and I do not have a track of time when I'm talking. I'm not looking at the clock, and just sometimes I look up at the XSplit and just like, that's 500 max, and yeah, this, how long's that? Sometimes, so. Yeah, so virtually anyone, a big thank you to anyone who's been able to make it through this video. I mean, and listen to everything I've been saying. Thank you very much for listening, and have a good year 2019. As I said in the beginning, I hope your dreams and wishes are fulfilled, and the year of 2019 is a good one, and you will have a blast and fun times, and good things will happen, and hopefully it's a better year than the last one. The last one was good. Hope this one is better. We'll see. And thank you for listening. This has been Michael Akahane from Duallist Project, and see you next time.